Welcome back, everybody, for another commentary. Today, we're going to be talking about Gun Size Matters. Gun Size Matters is one of the videos I did with a sort of celebrity cameo in it. This was with Shenae Grimes. She was in the show. It was the reboot of 90210, which went on for a few years, and then she's been in stuff since. And so she was super fun to work with. She's Canadian, and so Canadian people are generally nice. She seemed like she moved out to LA to do 90210, and she seemed to enjoy hanging out for the day with some guys that were not, like Hollywood types and just have fun shooting something. So it was a good time. The concept for the video is pretty simple. Wanted to do a dance number. So I'm gonna hit play. Let's watch it together, talk a little bit throughout it, and go break it down bit by bit. There's a lot of gun effects in this one. I think that's pretty much it for, there's a rocket effect in there too. Okay, let's do it. So when I really started to hone in on the character, like the Freddy character is supposed to be like, there's always this like kind of blank, like everyday Joe, that stumbles into extraordinary situations over and over again. Once again, all shot in one day. Miata back there. Everybody was taking big falls on the day when Shenae showed up. It's a saucy dance. Killed that guy. Logan Olson.
Sorry, 316 or so.
Totally different time of day for that shot. We shot that after she left. Oh, that crying effect. Double splash. Alright. Let's go through it, guys, shall we? Alright, as usual, this one, you don't need locations. We just shoot on our street. We just shoot, like, whatever we find. I still shoot on the street to the day. It works fine. It seems like a lot of things. The character we created for Freddy worked well, just to kind of be in the same street, because the concept was always that, like, hey, it's just kind of everyday Joe who happens to pack a lot of heat, keeps running into these extraordinary situations that are all sort of like game culture infused. This is actually the bloody version. There was a few effects didn't get done in time for the other versions, so we decided to make to finish it up and add it because we liked the video a lot. So pop the last few effects in there and did it. Nico takes the headshot right there out of nowhere. He's like, what the heck? Usually I'm killing everybody on the street. There's Dez takes a quick drop. Pretty sure that's Dez. Spot Shenae, female counterpart. Also ends up in random streets, doofing around, killing things. Jimmy right there. Jimmy takes this is the best fall I've ever seen Jimmy take. Actually did a blood effect of this one. Jimmy does, boom. So this effect, to break it down really quick, you can see the different layers. So the way it goes into it, effects, and you see effects back, you never use one. You never use one. And it kind of goes on to the entire philosophy of how I do visual effects, which is I don't try to make it look like it would in real life. It's not like if we're trying to make it look like in real life what it would look like if Jimmy gets shot, just like we're not trying to make it look like in real life what this gun would look like if it shoots. What we're trying to make it look like is what movie effects look like. And so we're trying to make it look like blank fire guns, and we're trying to make it look like squibs. So because we're trying to make it squibs, because you figure that if you watch action movies your entire life, you've seen hundreds and hundreds of squibs, and blank fire guns, and Hollywood movie explosions, but you've hardly ever seen any real gunshots, real explosions, real people getting shot by guns. I hope you haven't seen too many of those. So we try to mimic what Hollywood does with visual effects, not what real life does. So therefore, you end up with these kind of like bigger, flashier gun effects. And then blood effect wise, you'll notice I always add a smoke element to it because Hong Kong effects especially, they're using these, because you're using these like pyro squibs, right? And so you have like a little bit of sparks and smoke that come out of them, which for most of Hollywood history, they haven't had the technology to paint out. You notice now that they do digital squibs, they're trying to make it, they're not trying not to do that. But personally, I love mixing it with like a little smoke, so it's as if you had a squib to it. So what we have here is step one, rotoscope out Jimmy here. Rotoscope his silhouette, was pretty easy because he got that white wall behind him. Need a bunch of elements. Need stuff to go at the front, stuff to go at the back, and we need stuff to hit the wall. So track the wall, put the hit back there. Make sure you turn motion blur on because you need to match what the camera's doing. Motion blur goes on. Jimmy, then we track his chest. I'm pretty sure for this one I tracked his belt buckle. I don't remember though exactly what I did. I think I tracked his belt buckle. Put the hit marker on there. Make sure you desaturate it. You never want your elements to be more saturated than what the camera can pick up. So what I do is I look for like, I use the meters and I look for the most saturated element in these shots. Like in this example, if I mouse over his, in After Effects, if I mouse over his leg there, you can see it's coming in at like, it's coming in at like something like 40% saturation. So I know the blood can't be more saturated than that because that was pretty green. So desaturate things to match. We got the liquid element, we got the dust element. I was like putting kind of like the particle element because you have liquid and particle, and then do that coming out the back as well. So that's the full effect. And Jimmy takes an epic fall here. Jimmy rattled his noggin off the ground here, which is something you don't want to do. Tosses the gun. Someone catches it off frame. You don't want to break your guns. 1, 2, 3. Back and forth cutting. Everyone's taking falls. Everyone's getting altitude in this one. Compare this to all the other videos. You notice all the videos where it was just like, it's just Freddie and I. No one's taking big falls. But when Shenae's there, all the big falls came out. Boom. This fall Des takes. Des picks his feet up and lands right on the keister right there. Boom, right in his ass. That had to hurt. He was sore the next day for sure. This one I got a kick out of it. I wanted to do a simultaneous headshot, nut shot, high-low. So headshot, nut shot. Oh, clip in mouth, super attractive. Jimmy goes down again back here. Yes, looks like that one had to cut away because Jimmy this is not Jimmy's best fall. This is like a swan. This is an example. This effect, here's an example of the saturation point. I should have desaturated this one more in hindsight. I probably matched it to that thing. It looks a little oversaturated, but it moves fine in the reality in the thing, but it's a little too fluorescent. Brian Forenza here. Brian goes full altitude here once again. Look at that. All these things, unfortunately, you have to cut away from, but he goes up down there. Des again rocks the rocket launcher. This time, this is the second time I used a rocket launcher. This time I put a t-shirt in it. In the first video where we used the rocket launcher, didn't stuff the tube because obviously it's a real like launcher, but it's been used. You can buy like these used ones because they're kind of useless after they've been used. Stuff the pipe so it actually wouldn't have light going through it. Now, this effect is also one that I broken down. Flash in the back, pyro in the back, rocket coming out the front. The rocket's just a still image of a rocket I found on Google. Then we have this one. Now we need a 3D rocket. So this is not actually a 3D element. However, it's taking the image of the rocket, taking a couple images of the rocket, as well as the back props, and building them in After Effects in 3D. This is before they had Element 3D. And tracking it, 3D match moving the shot and tracking it there. And then for the smoke trail, rather than doing a CG element, which we could do CG, but that'd be a lot of work. So instead, it's every single frame, I'm spawning a new smoker. It's the same smoker, you see, that's like doing sparks and then smoke. So it's layer, 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 all in 3D. Goes in between the little rotoscope. It's all done. Boom, pose, back, light them up. No, just like Hotline Miami style there. Just pitter patter, pitter patter. This shot was playing too slow, so you'll see up here. This is you can see the way it's crawling right here in the background, in between their faces. It's because it's been interpolated to be slower because it was happening way too fast. But in motion, can't really notice it. It was fine. Only if you know exactly what to look for. She sees this guy. Boom. You notice we never close the street. So you see there's a car in the background driving. They're just watching what we're doing. Secret. And it's important to like know your neighbors and kind of let people, basically we know our neighbors, let people know what we're doing on the street. And with prop guns, like you can never treat them like they're a secret. Like if someone sees you like a prop gun, you hide it behind your back, they're gonna think it's suspicious. Instead, the patented move is you wave with the gun. Go, hey, and you smile. Smile, wave, say hi to everybody, be really friendly. Make sure if the guns are out, the cameras are more out. So they see lots and lots of cameras. And wave, be friendly, talk to people. Use your words, don't try to be discreet. David Welsh there gets taken out. And now we've seen this Miata in the background. Miata's like just the dorkiest convertible in the world. So of course Logan drives that. Boom. Here's my Shevchenko death right there. I was rocking. This is the first time I popped up from behind the camera. Logan, there's spinning. There's also another there. That was a tough effect to get right. He's just like, he's just rocking it there. The key is with editing. You can do it. So he's actually, the way it's done is we have him jump and spin for this one, compliment to there. And then when he's on the ground here, he's actually spinning on a toe that's been planted, and the camera's like down on the ground to kind of get that perspective, and then just panning with it. Fortunately, he's not looking down the barrel. He's looking straight ahead because that's how he spins. But no matter, he just aces me. It was supposed to be a headshot, but it didn't quite line up, so I had to do the blood out of it. You see my action on set is I'm doing a headshot, but I had to comp it to my chest because the aim didn't line up. No matter. All looks fine in motion. Cut to him landing inside the car. Only dialogue of the piece, 360 no scope. That was a big deal back in Modern Warfare. She runs off, and this was the whole piece was really how to build this. I had this idea for an effect, which was take a garden hose. Probably see it just a little bit here. All right, take a garden hose and run it out to the street, and then have a splitter and take 2 clear plastic tubes, split it into the 2 clear plastic tubes, and then run it up your pant leg, up the back of your shirt or jacket, and then onto someone who wears glasses, and then tape it to the glasses, and then have it so you go like, oh, I'm gonna cry, and then as soon as you start, you go, and you cry into your hands, and then have somebody off camera turn the water on at the same time. If you time it up right, it just goes like, and flat splashes into your hands. So right here, it took a few tries to get it right, and water, you can see the tape on there, and water comes on, and that's the anime cry effect. You can actually see the hose sitting next to his bucket there. I guess we didn't run up his pant legs. Now we run up pant legs whenever we do the effect. And the cardboard in the background is actually there to hold the hose down and hide it. Cry, cry, cry. Car takes off, and you have to do the double insult, because one is never enough. Splashed by your own tears with a Miata by a guy who just stole your girl. The worst. And once again, you can hear, if you look at little details, you can see the hose up the back of his pants there, or going up the back of his jacket. And then back to the crying. I love it. And just hold on it. So glad you guys have been enjoying these commentaries. Let me know what you want me to talk about. Let me know what you guys want to see more of. Been having a lot of fun kind of revitalizing this channel, going through old content, showing you guys new content, keeping you up to date with the games we're making on the Twitch channel, as well as the behind the scenes stuff. It keeps getting better and better every day as we do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for being awesome. And yeah, look forward to making more content and doing more stuff with this. So let me know what you want to see. Later, guys. Thanks for watching. In the comments, everyone's always like, man, this is like a really good looking hitman. He's a stunt guy, not an actor. You can't have an actor be hitman. The whole point of hitman is you're not supposed to act. You're just like a blank slate.
Yes.
I think this girl's name was Chrissy.
Careful down there, that water is wet.
She's I think, I don't